I'm growing. This thing is growing by the minute because people are getting great results, health-wise, energy-wise, from this amazing product that has these ions in it. And I can only personally attest to the energy level and the many things that it has done for my well-being. Because since New Year's, I just, it was my fingers that were damaged earlier have come back to life. These two fingers I broke 40 years ago came back to life. Wow, I never expected that. My sinuses dried up 90% of it. Dried up. And that's one thing it's good for. When you straighten out the flow of electricity in your body, you straighten out your entire aura, your entire being, everything around you is firing. All your electricity is firing in its proper order. Like a Rolls Royce when it's tuned up, you'll be riding down the highway with all your electricity. I'm telling you, I'm experiencing it. I want you all to put on a garment or a wristband or a thing in your foot. I want you to experience the changing of your electricity. Just try it. Now, getting back to the bottom line. Well, the bottom line is that you do help people, and within helping people, you automatically help yourself. They may not reciprocate immediately when you help someone, but the concept is there. Cousin John, the one that had the Parkinson's syndrome, that's close to the syndrome, that showed us. He raised his hand in class. He said, you know how I used to shake? I used to be before you, and I hypnotized you all, and I've talked to you before, and I was shaking like a leaf. He said, look at this. His wife, my cousin, wasn't able to raise her hands above her shoulders for 12 years. She was a doctor. She was a hypnotist. She was the doctor. I didn't know my cousin was interested in being a doctor. I got an invitation to come to the Queen Mary to watch her get her degree in hypnosis. Doctor. She taught him. Overnight, when she had a stroke, she went from a doctor mentally to a day-old doctor. I've been trying to help them ever since. I give them ionized water, horse liniment, acupuncture. But I touched them with its ion, one of these sanitary napkins, and she said, oh, the pain is gone. He said, that's interesting. I'll go out and look at some more stuff. Dressed her in attire that she would be wearing all day. She engages in conversation now. She has more energy now. She raised her hand above her shoulders and said she wasn't able to do that prior to wearing these clothes. This is all subsequent to New Year's Eve. This is when we start wearing these clothes. So people have, everybody that I seem to touch with a headache, toothache, toe ache, whatever the problem is. And I wasn't even interested when DA brought it to my attention with this demonstration on Saturday mornings. I did not want to change my conversation from real estate acquisition, leverage, to taxes, to strategy that had the negative, had the ions, and it did the same thing. That take your entire electrical unit, your entire circuit, and change it. And to the easiest demonstration of that, come here, let me show you how this is demonstrated. The difference between having ions as a part of your being and not having ions. Give me your right arm and stick it straight out and hold it as rigid as you can. I'm going to apply as much force downward. And I want you to give me as much resistance. Give me as much mustard as you possibly can. Oh, I don't care what hand, just resist me. Okay. Now, that's without ions. And I want to put an ion pad upon your shoulder. Put your arm back out, my dear. Now I've ionized you. I have changed your whole demeanor.
Oh, wow.
Her muscles, her nerves, everything was working at its optimal capacity. That's why she's strong. So this automatically makes you stronger. By merely touching 6,100 negative ions attaching, you automatically stronger. I go up and down the stairs with a better sense of balance now. So, back to the money. Back to the money, the money, the money. So, what I found was something that has worked for every one of you. As you've given this out to people, they have remedied problems that they have. Let me know when it doesn't work. I have a saying to my bone, I say anything that you vividly imagine, ardently desire, sincerely believe, enthusiastically act upon, shall inevitably come to pass. Can I get amen? Amen.